Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Chris here at the London close for Bettertradr. Thanks for joining us. I am here in Hawaii, and it's 5:08 in the morning, so early as always. But anyway, we'll cover the heat map today, look at the fundamentals, see what happened overnight. Not a heck of a lot. And we have a trade possibility today that we're going to look at. Also, I'll show you the trades we had yesterday. So we had one winner and one loser. So profit was net positive slightly. And we'll go from there. So as you can see, heat map wise, the CAD's pretty much sold off, but nothing huge. US is being sold off by the pound, and Aussie Kiwi, it's only up against the euro and the CAD. I think this number's wrong though, because the US is actually down versus the euro. So euro is up 0.5% versus dollars. Dollars was sold off across the board. I think it was a little bit of an early sell-off, so I don't think there's going to be rebalancing for a couple more days. So I expect to see some US dollar strength here in the next couple days here before there's a sell-off on that. So Swiss franc also being sold off, so it's definitely risk on right now. I think the anticipation of retaliation from the US versus China on Hong Kong has kind of fizzled. The markets aren't really fazed by it. It's one of those things that they'll deal with it as it happens, it seems like. So, euro, like I said, steady as that EU relief proposal is definitely giving it a little bit of strength there. Pound is slightly dovish on Bank of England Saunders comments. So, the Aussie is strong right now, but once again, one retaliatory move from the U.S. and that Aussie is going to go down. So we'll see what happens there. But it's almost one of those things, trying to catch a falling knife when it's going to happen, right? It's better to trade on the fact and not the rumor. So that's what it seems like is happening in terms of today. Market-wise, kind of mixed, really, because the Dow is up 67 points. All the markets are up. The VIX is up slightly, though, so volatility is up a little bit. Jobless claims did signal the economy may be bottoming. So that is a positive for the U.S., but also it's positive for risk on. Oil is down slightly. Gold is up. So once again, you can see it's real mixed. And with this range, I think that kind of bodes well for the trade we're thinking of taking here. So that's what we have going on in terms of the inventories. There was actually a huge build in oil inventories compared to a decrease. So there was a decrease of 1911 expected, and there was a build of 7,928. So that's crazy. So some modest pressure on oil could impact the CAD as well. So U.S. CAD might be a nice little trade too. But I'm a buyer of the dollar today. That's what I'm looking at for us. So let's take a look at the charts and see what we have going on here. Let's see. Ton of stuff going on here. All right. So Euro US is what I'm interested in today. So you can see a huge spike up to 110.59. Actually, let me show you what we had yesterday. We'll go from there. So we had two trades. We had a euro yen, and with the strength, you can see it pretty much got stopped out right away here. So we liked this level when it went down to it on a retracement, thinking that most traders were going to go up, and we decided to go down. And what do you know? It went up. So we had a small stop right here if it closed below this level, and got hit out later on in the day in the session up here. So that was a loser. Euro CAD was the other one. We had that long. So we actually got in right here at 151.13, and we targeted 152.40, but it kind of chopped here for most of the day. So we actually got out at 151.60. So I think it was like a 1.5 to 1 gainer. So we had a loss of about a 1 to 1 on Euro Yen, and a winner of Euro CAD on 1.5 to 1. So that's what we had going on there. Like I said, Euro US, we're looking here at this level, and you can see there was some indecision right here, but the market hasn't really signaled to me that it's ready to stop here. So sorry guys, trying to get this chart here a little bit more readable. There we go. You can see here it's already past the tops. So we're going to kind of wait and see here. If it kind of dips here at the 59 level, we'd be interested in targeting, I believe it's, let me take a look at the level here. I think it's those tops over there that I was interested in. So I think we're looking at here at this level right here, but what, 27? So maybe 20, 25 would be what we're looking at. So you're looking at maybe like a 10 pip stop and a 25, 30 pip profit if it stops at this level. So that's something I want to keep an eye on for now. Once again, it's been green bars all the way here. And that concerns me just because it's still early on in the London session, or the London close. As it gets on later, that's kind of the rule with London close. The London fix is at 5 a.m. my time, so 4 p.m. And 4:30 is the actual close of the day for London. So later on in the session, it typically gets, the more levels generally hold. So especially on the euro and the pound, which are the two mainly traded currencies in the European session, you want to try to watch what's going on later in the session. Unless you see some consolidation here at the top going into the close, generally it's still got a little bit more to go. And what's going to happen is the books will spike it up a little bit more before they drop it here at the end of the day. So that can get us a better price. All right. So let's keep an eye and see what happens here on the 30-minute with the Euro US. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any other trades here. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, CAD's going to be weak too, so that would be another pair I'd be looking at. Or another currency is, can we find something with a CAD, Canadian dollar? Euro pound's choppy. So euro and the CAD are the kind of two that I'm looking at here. And I'm looking to pair them with US. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for levels right now to see if there's any strong levels on those two currencies. I don't see anything right now. U.S. Swiss franc might be something. So there's a level at 96.43. Look at that one. Actually, this is a perfect trade. This is a good one here. So it's at 49. 43 is the level. And you can see a nice little drop here. So we could see a retracement up here into 76 with a 10 pip stop. If it closes below 43, then that would signal us getting out. So this 50 level, I think, is going to hold here for the U.S. franc. So let me take a look at this one here. I want to see the volume first. Just make sure that the volume kind of validates. You see this right here? I would say maybe a little breakdown into here, and 43 is the level that I think will hold here. So U.S. Swiss franc looks like a positive trade for us here. Oh, oops, looking at the wrong stuff there, guys. Sorry about that. So you can see the volumes are just building up here at 81. So we're looking at a 10 pip stop, 30 pip profit target. Let's get in this sucker. Okay. Let me just, I'm going to look at one other thing here. Lots. Bear with me, guys. I'm just placing my trades here, and I'll be with you shortly. But this is what happens. I mean, this is unaudited, how it's done. So you're going to have to bear with me. Okay. And lots. Okay, guys, so we're in. And like I said, so we got in at 49 on a long. Target's going to be here at 81. And the stop will be at 43. So if it hits 96.43 or closes below that, that's our signal to get out. So it's actually a 5-to-1 reward to risk. So this is a very nice possibility here. You can see it's starting to move up already. We'll see what happens. But I like this because I like the dollar here over the next couple of days, and I think the Swiss franc with risk on is being hurt by that. I think the U.S. is safe haven with U.S. China, but also there has been a little bit of favorable data coming out of the U.S. with the jobless claims today, so that should bode well for the U.S. So we'll keep an eye on this and see what happens here. Also, we'll take a look at the Euro US and see if that kind of levels off, because once again, that could be a nice trade as well. you can see it's starting to really thin out here at 56. So that could be a nice little trade for us too. 110.55. I'm gonna get in on this one too. Oops, don't know what happened there. There we go. Now you can see I'm going to wait 7 minutes, and I want to see if it closes out, just because there's a lot of similarity between the US Swiss franc and the Euro US. I want to see this indecision candle kind of stop, and if it does, we could get in on a nice little 8 pip target, or 8 pip stop with a nice nice profit target here. So you can see the volume starts building up right here at 26. So could be a maybe 40 pip profit target with a 10 pip stop. With the euro, though, like I said, I want to wait till at least the actual London close at 30. I just think the euro might be a little bit more volatile than the Swiss franc right now. So let's keep an eye on it. All right. So I'll hop in here if the Euro US trade hits. But otherwise, let's keep an eye on this guy here. And we'll keep watch. So actually, something I wanted to mention about this one here. So this is kind of a nice move here, because you think, if you want to think like a bank, okay, do you want to get in on this price right here to take it further today? What's the Swiss franc offering versus the dollar today? Or does it make more sense to bring it up to this level here, which is more of a retracement, if they want to bring it down to a level later? So maybe bring this up during London close or Asia, and then take it down another leg if they want to take it down. So there's nothing particularly strong with the Swiss franc right now here that would lead me to believe it would take it down another level here. So once again, this is the point of invalidation here. So for me, my thought is that they're going to move it back up before they move it down again. And if it closes below this point, that tells me that they're bringing it another leg down, and that's why we would want to get out of it. So, when you're trading here, you're really investing, and you want to think like an investor on every trade that you make here. So it's not just about, indicators or bars. It's what's behind the bars and what's behind the indicators. That tells you the story of what's going on, and then you piece that in with the fundamentals. And so, trading any strategy that's worth anything is like a puzzle, and there's different components to it that show you, high probability setups here. So you can see over the last few days, there's been losses, there's been profits, but the profits outweigh the losses, because that risk reward to risk is the edge, right? So I'm formulating my fundamental and my technical strategy at the time frame here, and I'm trying to think about the human factor here. What's causing this? Is it going to move in the direction, and what's the probability of it doing so, and why? Right? If you can't answer why for a trade, then you shouldn't be in it. So, for instance, like this, right? There's a reason why I'm holding off. Okay, and there's validity to it. So for me, sometimes at the end of the session, the banks will spike up the euro to try to get a little bit more oomph for their move here, which is probably down in here is where they got in and moved it up. So before they send it down here for another leg to move up again, which I think is going to happen at the end of the month with rebalancing, they're at the end of the session here. So do they want to send it up, further today? And what would be the reasonings for it? And what are the risks? So if you think about with US-China looming, with some positive US data, if I'm a bank and I'm talking about billions of dollars here, you know, is this the level I want to continue it from? And you can see there's some hesitation, right? So 59 is actually the level that I had in mind here for closing. So I think we're in the home free here. So let's take a look and see and get in on this one too. Euro US. So we will go. All right, guys. So we are in on Euro US as well. I have two different accounts, so I just got to make sure I'm trading them properly here. 6, 8. Oh. There we go. Okay, guys, so on the Euro US, we got the fill at 53. So oops. Let's get in here. So we're at 53. Stop is at 59. If it closes above that, that's invalid. And we're going to target the buildup of this volume here at 25.8. So we're looking at a reward to risk of 4.82 to 1. So let's see what happens here with both of these trades, but really, really tight risk control on both of these guys. So we'll keep an eye on them and see how they play out, but these are the two trades that we took today, and hopefully you got some value out of kind of, you know, how the trade was thought of and why. And you know, cross our fingers now. It's high probability, but it ain't certain. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll keep these on here. So if anything changes, I'll let you know, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks, guys.